Hey you guys, so I wanted to go over the charts with you because I wanted to sort of remind myself and whoever is watching to play the charts, not your feelings, because or your opinions or whatever. I know that I might have built like the perfect story in my mind of something happening the way I want it to, but to be honest with you, um, if the charts don't reflect what your thoughts are, they might at some point in the near future, like it could go down. This could move over. This is on the daily, um, or it could move over a couple more days. But I was short. Let's go to the hourly. I was short right here, thinking that this was going to go down, thinking that this, look at how foolish I was to be short here. This is a perfect bullish divergence. Starting from here, this green, let's look at this momentum wave. Starting from here to here, I mean, technically it's moving upward from here to here. But this is one of those learning scenarios for me. Luckily, it wasn't like this one over here that I got involved in. I rode this wave, I stayed in, I rode this wave, and I accidentally closed. So, luckily that's not the case, and it's a smaller, it's three 3.3%, and I got in roughly around here, I think. And this was 5.4, so, but it's still a missed opportunity, and I want to catch them all like Pokemon. So here's where I'm at now. I'm looking for confirmations on larger time frames. Now, this to me still looks bearish. Like, it's still, I don't know. I guess I drew this, but dang, this is exactly, like, literally, y'all. That's exactly the line that it's taking. That's crazy. So, anyways, it could go like this for another 24 hours of bullishness, 36 to 48 hours possibly. It could have one of these, like it rides 12, 24, 36. That could be something like that. Let's look for another momentum wave with the same characteristics. It could trade sideways, 12, 24, 36, 48. So that's, I don't know, a few days. But I'm thinking that it's going to last one day to many days, okay? And this momentum wave is going to be done. We'll get another red dot at some point. I don't know if we're going to have a triple crown, like a triple spiked momentum wave on the daily. And we did get that green dot on the weekly, but it's a weaker green dot, so I'm still kind of suspecting that we will get shut down from there. But let's play the charts, not our emotions and our thoughts. I'm just kind of looking at the possibilities here of what could possibly happen. And to me, what looks like might happen is this momentum wave rides. We're on the daily. Okay. So look at how the volume is tightening on the daily. On the hourly, I look like I'm super upset about missing out on this opportunity. But if you zoom back a few days, it's lower highs and higher lows. So we are still consolidating. So it's possible that from here we will continue consolidating for another couple of days. And that was the pump. So tomorrow, for example, we would have either a small green day like this one, or we would have a red day. So this is the effectively these days right here. And so we'd have one of these or one of these tomorrow. So 1, 2, and then possibly this is where it starts to come down, because I'm not going off of my emotions, but this momentum wave has to end. And I thought that we didn't get this green dot on the daily. We had it on the weekly. The weekly has to play out. So what I'm learning here is that the weekly, even we got this green dot. In order for this green dot to get unconfirmed or taken away, we have to have significant price action to the downside. And for the most part, these trades are moving sideways. This is a pump for sure. But, the weekly, this is the weekly green dot, I suppose. How many more days do we have left? 4 days, 5. No way. So 58 minutes. Yeah. We have only 5 hours left on this weekly before we get a new one. So this can ride for one more, trade sideways for one more week. And this is red dot directly after. So it could potentially be next week that we see the red dot. So green dot, red dot. Or it could be green dot, it rides for a week trading sideways, and then red dot. And the only reason why I think that needs to happen, and I'm still kind of sticking with my plan a little bit, I'm trading the charts, not my emotions or my feelings. But if we want to see a crazy bull run, then we need to get a higher low. So this green dot needs to come up. It doesn't even need to cross over the 0 point. It just needs to come up for a week, trade sideways for another week, Wait, no, come up for a week, get the red dot confirmation the next week, and then the week after that, we get a green dot right there. And this will be crazy news. So now we could get a red dot here, and then a green dot here, but the price, the momentum wave will be really close to being parallel, like this one here. So we want this to slope upwards like this. You know, ideally we get a red dot in 2 weeks and then a green dot a week after that. But we're just going to pay attention to this. We're not going to trade like we know what's going on. And that's the idea. So so this, by the way, that's 650%. Oh. From where we are right now, this is 650%. So we could pop off from here. Do I think it's going to go up to 18? People think it's going to go up to $100. That's diabolical. That's up here. Imagine that happening. That's just crazy. But play the charts and just be intelligent. Don't get too emotional. I thought I knew, when you think you know what's going to happen is when you overlook things like this. And I overlooked this big time. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. The price has been moving sideways for days. It's been going down for the most part. This is a little head and shoulders. That was a short opportunity. I was just looking at the price action sort of consolidating and moving sideways. And on the larger scale, we have this going on. It's still consolidating. So, yeah, just don't, and I was short. I lost like $250 or something like that. So, I don't like being in the red at all. I got out like right here. Got in here, got out here, and yeah, I was really kind of sad about that. I like making good trades, and so it's like playing chess. When you make a move, you carefully make that move. Each move is with care, thought, precision. And so that's what I'm sort of learning here. And I just wanted to share my experience because I don't want to be the kind of person who only posts the things that are like positive news. I want to post everything, that way I myself can become a better trader. Here's another head and shoulders. And this is a little head and shoulders. And then we get this. We get this. And I was short. I was short right here. That's so silly of me, huh? It's not clear exaggerated divergence, but I mean, you can make it look like exaggerated divergence if you did that. But it still was it was an opportunity to get into a trade on the long side, and I was short. I was actually just sitting on the sidelines for days. I was just sitting and waiting, but I wasn't paying attention to this right here. So I'm sorry, y'all. Um, I am going to, um, let's take a look at the wallet. So instead of 65, I have 62. So there you go. Oops. Yeah, so I'll get it back. And I'll just keep kind of documenting this journey, but I don't like missing opportunities like this. So pay attention, keep your eyes peeled, look at larger time frames. Hourly for me does a lot of it's just a it's a great it's a great one to look at momentum waves. Um, we're here on the daily, and um, we're still consolidating. So 12-hour CryptoFace posted something about this dot on the 12-hour. So he thinks that we're going to see new all-time highs. I think that's wishful thinking. Although the money flow is coming in pretty hot. Let's look at the smaller time frames. It did look like we peaked out. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to see all-time highs. For us, that would be, well, not all-time high for XRP, but you know, we would have to have some crazy movement. And we're at the tail end of this momentum wave. This, I don't know. He's more experienced than I am, obviously. He has millions of dollars and followers. This momentum wave looks like it tries to get rejected, and then, you know, and then it gets rejected, and then look at how much price moves here and how much price moves there, and it's not a clean momentum wave where it just comes down after 3 like this right here. The size of the momentum wave probably makes a big difference. Like this one on the 12-hour doesn't even get over this 50 line. So I don't know. I still think it's wishful thinking. We're still in this consolidation period, but I could be totally wrong. We could be looking at something kind of like this right here, and then it just boom takes off. But I don't know. Let's go back to the 1 hour. I just saw movement. So it's gonna start coming back up. This money flow is so low. Compared to other times it's pumped. So I just don't see it I don't see it like popping off from here. But that's my opinion, and I could be wrong. I was wrong about this right here. So when I'm looking at it like this, I played this trade, I played this trade. No. I played this trade, and I played this trade right here. And I shorted here. So it's not that big of a move, comparatively speaking. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to show you guys um, my mistake because I feel like it's important to um, own your faults as well as your victories. And this is one of those losses that I took, and I'm definitely going to be learning from it. And I'm just going to be looking at the charts. And like I've said before, the 1 hour for me is a really good time frame to pay attention to for price action, because I do think that uh, XRP, if not the crypto market in general, moves pretty well on the 1 hourly. Um, and and I just need to learn how to thread the 1 hour into larger time frames, like the 12 hour and the dailies and the weeklies, so that way I can kind of see, okay, this is a good time to get in or something like that. But yeah, the momentum waves were clear, and I was in the wrong. I was in the trade, but going in the wrong direction. So kind of funny that I was doing that. But anyways, so I hope that you guys have a great one, and happy Sunday. I'm gonna go take care of my bees in the apiary, and I'm gonna kind of touch some grass, clean the house, and do some things while the market just kind of does whatever it does. Um, I'm expecting to see sideways movement again for. I'm taking this is not financial advice, and I've been wrong. So, but I'm thinking that there's just going to be sideways movement for some period of time before the the move to the downside, and I am not going to be afraid of shorting. I'm going to short if I do have confirmations to the downside. So, um, but right now we ain't looking at that. And right now we've got a big fat momentum wave that we've got to create bearish divergence from. So from here, it's got to go, you know, like that, or it's got to go like that, something like that. We have to get some kind of divergence, some kind of bearish divergence, anyways. So that's the idea. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out, and I appreciate y'all, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.